Welcome back. Some cattle in South Africa's Limpopo province, which is situated at the northeastern corner of the country, have tested positive for foot and mouth disease. Foot and mouth disease is a severe and highly contagious viral disease which affects livestock such as cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, and other cloven-hoofed animals. Signs of the disease may include depressed animals, sores in the mouth of animals causing reluctance to eat, and lameness. However, the disease does not affect human beings but may have a significant economic impact. In a statement released by the National Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, they indicate that a team of experts are currently conducting investigations and the affected area has been placed under quarantine. Local farmers with livestock are warned to observe biosecurity measures and not to allow any new animals into their herds. A 25-year-old in Nigeria is running an organization that uses a helpline, social media and support groups to tackle the stigma surrounding mental health in the country. The Ministry of Health in Africa's most populous country estimated last year that up to 30% of the population is suffering from a mental illness.
Hawa Ojaifu is at a meeting with a mental health support group in Lagos, Nigeria. The members gather regularly to share their experiences, challenges, and general perspectives about living with mental illness in Nigeria.
I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine in UK, and she was like, you know what, like, look for a support group. Like, over here, there are support groups for different kinds of things, and it's very, I mean, the impact is really good, and it helps people a lot. And I looked around and I didn't find any. And I'm like, you know what, then, and she's like, you know what, just start it, really. And that was just what I did. I didn't overthink it or anything. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. And in the first edition, we're just 2 people, you know, but that was very important. And the fact that one person showed up and I didn't even know the person, you know, it was very interesting to me.
In 2015, Hawa was diagnosed as bipolar and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder after being sexually assaulted several years before. She was unable to discuss the experience with family and friends. Oyinkansola Alabi is a licensed therapist who works mainly with professionals in Lagos. But Alabi estimates that it will take about 2 more decades to fully and positively change perceptions about mental health in Africa's most populous country.
When people say mental health, what an average Nigerian would hear, except you are exposed, whether through reading or through traveling, is that someone has run mad. And then our media has perpetuated that narrative also. When you watch movies or listen to a song, when people say colo mental or mental, it equals madness. So we cannot blame anybody at that level.
The Ministry of Health estimated last year that up to 30% of the country suffers from some form of mental illness, and reported that the national suicide rate is on the rise.
It's a belief issue. It's conditionings of deeply rooted beliefs and values that we have held on to for a long time that are affecting our reality. And when you can get through that and you can break down mind blocks and break down barriers for people, you begin to see that they live out their fullest potential.
Hawa says the helpline gets a minimum of 100 calls per day. She's leveraged the success of She Writes Woman to start a walk-in clinic called Safe Place, where people can receive treatment and information.
An ancient Egyptian artifact illegally smuggled out of the country has been returned after being displaced at an auction hall in London. Egypt's Ministry of Antiquities says it was retrieved following searches of international auction websites. Steps were taken to stop the sale and withdraw the listing. It is not clear how, when the relic, a cartouche of King Amenhotep, was originally smuggled out of the country. The item was earlier exhibited at the Open Museum of the Ancient Temple of Karnak in the city of Luxor. Rwanda's government has banned cosmetics used to lighten the skin, saying that the chemicals in the controversial product are harmful to the health of the users. Skin lightening is a common practice among dark-skinned people in many parts of the world, but most of the products used to make them contain powerful and very dangerous chemicals.
Beauty may only be skin deep, but millions of people in Africa appear willing to possibly put their lives at risk to attain an interpretation of it. The Rwandan government is the latest on the continent to begin enforcing its ban on cosmetic products used for lightening or bleaching the skin. Many users like Sifa Gordons, who live in the Rwandan capital Kigali, say people should be allowed to choose for themselves.
I am very sad that these products have been banned. We will just use what is locally available. People who made that decision need to know that these products make a woman feel beautiful.
Agnes Amiwana is also not happy. She says she's been using skin-lightening cosmetics for 7 years to make herself more attractive to her husband, who prefers light-skinned women. She also used to sell her own skin-lightening ointments, but must now look for another source of income and quickly use up her remaining stock. Rwandan President Paul Kagame catalyzed the crackdown when he weighed in on a recent discussion on social media about the growing use of skin-lightening products. Critics countered that the government has other priorities, but the outcry over Kagame's intervention has not stopped the police from confiscating thousands of products since the closing weeks of 2018.
We are now putting much effort, like educating people, going around and selling those illegal products. So you can say that we are also joining those other countries that are also in this fight of the use of those skin-lightening cosmetics.
African countries like Ghana, Kenya, and South Africa also have prohibitive laws, but like Rwanda, they struggle to come between willing buyers and smugglers operating in a global industry worth billions of dollars. The World Health Organization estimates that at least 4 in every 10 African women bleach their skin.
Finally, on the program, Egyptian footballer Mo Salah is the 2018 Confederation of African Footballer Player of the Year. The 26-year-old Liverpool player beat fellow teammate Sadio Mane of Senegal and Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick to the title. The newly crowned African Footballer of the Year says the recognition for the second year will spur him to do more on the field of play. He received the award at a ceremony in Dakar, Senegal on Tuesday night. It's the third time an Egyptian player has claimed the crown, with Mahmoud El Khatib's 1983 victory.
Honestly, I'm very happy to win it for the second time. And, you know, I said before, even I said in a speech there, like, when I was young, I always had a dream to win this award. Now I won it twice, so I'm happy about that.
I always do my best to perform better. I always see myself in better position. I know it's always difficult when you win an award like African Player of the Year. Like last year, it was like too much pressure after I won it. Everyone say he's not going to win it again. So I put in my mind that I have to be here again this year. So I'm happy to win it second time. And yeah, I'm very proud about that. I'm not complaining about the position, but something just pushed me more to work hard as much as I can to be again here next year.
Well, that's it on the program today. Thanks for watching. I'm Teniola Shubowale.